Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. This is going to make up for one of the days later in the month when I'm not going to be able to do it. When I'm not going to be able to do it. So I got a little disturbance here. But you just lay there. She got this habit now, wants to be on my lap, which makes it difficult. You just got to cool it, orangey. Okay, got to cool it. Now I have 40 Creek Barrel Select. Now the bottle says 1992, and it's true the company was started in 92, but it took a while to age the products and get them ready, and they didn't outsource it. They made all their whiskey on their own at their own facility, and they started selling this in the year 2000, last year of the 20th century. And no age statement. It says on the web, it's from Campari. They got bought out by Campari. Okay, so Campari bought them out around 6 years ago, I guess. I don't know the exact date. And I couldn't find it on their website. It says feature, let's see, I'm not going to read all the tasting notes. It says neat or over ice, you should serve it. Versatile enough for cocktails or mixed drinks. A blend of various grain whiskeys aged in a mix of seasoned ex-bourbon barrels and new American white oak for a unique and full flavor profile. So it's grain whiskey. It's a blend of grain whiskeys. Okay. They don't say anything about malt whiskeys. Fine. Grain whiskey would be like corn, wheat, unmalted grains. Okay. Crown Royal Blender's Mash. Now here's my bottle, and I think Mathern still has it. I know international market still has this one, this name. It came out in 2017, but really around 18 is when people started getting it. Let's see if I can get it open. Get the bag off. Nice canvas bag, not the velvet. Crown Royal Blender's Mash showcases the warm vanilla and subtle oaky notes of our beloved corn heavy whiskeys. Blender's Mash showcase. Blender's Mash showcase. It should say showcases a classic whiskey style, which they're not naming, but with the famous smooth finish allowing the whiskey to stand on its own. So get off of those websites. And mine says Bourbon Mash. Okay, so my bottle says Bourbon Mash. And then I saw some of these at Walmart with a tag on it and a sticker affixed to the box saying this is not bourbon whiskey. But they changed the name to Blender's Mash. Can't say it. So if you find this now, it's going to be called Blender's Mash. Okay, pretty bottle, huh? Runs about $27, $27. 40 Creek runs about $50. But with the JB inflation, you never know. Could go up day by day. This is a 2018 bottle. FC 40 Creek and Crown Royal. All right, who's going to win? Well, if it's even, then 40 Creek wins because it's $7 cheaper. Now, 40 Creek and Crown Royal was a draw. You're looking at about a $4 difference, $3 or $4 difference. That didn't matter much. I guess you could say Crown Royal won, but it was I called it a taster's choice, whatever you prefer. The Crown Royal Black was a better product. 40 Creek is nice, but now the Crown Royal Black will run you about $30. So if you want to pay $10 more, go ahead. You probably getting $10 better, maybe, arguably, or arguably not. So two big multinational heavy hitters, Campari versus Diageo. Guinness is who Diageo is. You heard of that beer, I'm sure. They own Johnny Walker. They own Just, Dorini, and Brooks, J&B. They own a lot of stuff. All right. The appearance. Copper and copper. So the appearance is about the same. I don't have to worry about getting, glancing at it and getting tipped off by that, thankfully. Some of these, the appearance is so, like, one will be yellow, yellow gold, the other one will be mahogany, and you just can't look away or it'll give it away. Oh, a lot of breeze out there. I see that turbine just spinning away. It's warm, though. 69 degrees. Got a cold front coming. We'll get down to about 35. But you see, once I've said this, when February gets here, the temperature starts rising. And you'll get cold fronts all the way till May, of course, but they'll be weaker typically they'll be weaker every time. It's not a hard and fast rule, as we know, but they tend to follow a climate pattern. And in over 50 years, I haven't noticed one bit of difference in the climate. I'm not a scientist, but I haven't, that doesn't mean anything because I haven't noticed anything. I just haven't noticed anything. It seems to be the same pattern every year. Well, corn, wood, barrel, charred oak. Okay. Now Campari. The 40 Creek uses ex-bourbon barrels and new white oak barrels. So they're using a mixture. The blender's mash, they don't say, so. Well, see, this has that creme brulee aroma, creme brulee, burnt sugar type thing. And I remember I said, all I got to do is just memorize creme brulee, and I got 40 Creek every time. Because I don't recall any other Canadian whiskey smelling like that. This one smells like bourbon because really it is bourbon, but it cannot be legally called bourbon. What Crown Royal did was, they like to experiment. So they said, let's make a bourbon in Canada, but we'll call it Bourbon Mash. They use a Bourbon Mash. And at first, the U.S. government let it go because they say, well, they're not claiming it's a bourbon. They're just using a Bourbon Mash bill, like you would do in Kentucky, or Indiana. But so many American bourbon companies fussed and complained about it that the governments, I could say the Trump administration, but they don't have any involvement with that. It's just different bureaus and agencies said, no, the Tax and Trade Bureau, who regulates alcohol, say, no, you got to change the name. So after a year, they had to change it to Blender's Mash. But I'm saying this is the 40 Creek because of that creme brulee aroma. It is 40 Creek, FC. So I got it on aroma only. Am I going to get all of these taste tests correct on aroma only? I have a feeling I will because of the unique aroma of the 40 Creek. Now, can other Canadian whiskeys smell like that? Well, I'm sure they have some that might smell like that. I haven't had all Canadian whiskeys. I've had a selection of them. Let's go. Cheers. But this is the first one I've had that kind of smell. Now, classic bourbon flavor. Charred oak, corn grits, like yellow corn grits, polenta, little vanilla, honeysuckle, that type of thing. If you gave that to anybody with any kind, a little bit of whiskey knowledge, and you didn't tell them what it was and say, what do you think this is? Do you think it's Scotch, Irish, Canadian, or American? United States. they would probably think it's bourbon. Okay. You might say, no, it's Canadian blended whiskey. Whoa, it might throw them off, confuse them. But with 40 Creek, you wouldn't think that. So with 40 Creek, if you taste it, you would not think it's an American whiskey. You wouldn't think, you wouldn't think it's a USA whiskey. You wouldn't think it's an Irish whiskey, of course. And you certainly wouldn't think it's Scotch or Japanese or whatever, Indian. I never had whiskey from India. But it's got that Canadian calling card of the caramel, the nut oil, like almond oil or something like that. John Neely calls it almond extract. It's not heavy on that, like you would get with some of them, like Rich and Rare, not so much Rich and Rare Reserve, or like say Canadian Club has that honeycomb cereal taste, but yeah. Next question: which one tastes better? The Crown Royal Bourbon Mash has a stronger, bolder flavor. The charred oak, the wood, the bourbon flavor. So I guess I would have to go with Crown Royal being the winner today, even though it's going to cost you about $7 more per bottle. Is the 40 Creek a winner on its own merits, though? Is it a worthwhile product? It really is a worthwhile product, especially considering I only paid $9. That's correct, $19.99, but I got it for $9 because Walmart had it on clearance. Now they still sell it at Walmart. I think only in the handle bottles, the big glass bottles. They were trying to get rid of the 750s. Hey, well, I took advantage. I'm happy I did because golly gee, who wouldn't want such a wonderful price, right? $9. J Rock, cheers. Cheers to you, J Rock, clinking the mugs. Or clinking the Diamore glasses. So Crown Royal Blenders Mash, Bourbon Mash, as I have it. Really nice product. Highly recommended. You may have trouble finding it these days, but I think Mathern sold out of theirs. Don't know if they did any reorder. Wasn't really a big seller, but I know for certain that international market has it. They had a lot of it. I can't imagine they would have sold it all that quickly. That's in Metairie, Louisiana. So very nice product. Some people like to slag on Crown Royal and talk about, oh, it's terrible. Oh, come on, give me a break. It's not terrible by any means, but it's the flagship Canadian whiskey. So it's a whipping boy. They want to go after it, just like they Budweiser. They're going to rip on that. Say, oh my goodness, Budweiser, not that stuff. In Canada, they want to rip on Molson Canadian or Labatt. In England, they all rip on Carling. Say, oh, Carling is awful. Well, I don't know if Carling's awful or not. I never had Carling. I've had American Carling Black Label, which is like 4.6%. In England, their Carling is only 4%. I mean, that would be a light beer here. I know it's one of the most popular beers in England, or is the number one. So it can't be too bad. I mean, you say, oh no, those people have no taste. I mean, like 30 million people that drink it don't know it. They don't realize they hate it. I don't get that. And then the second big one is Foster's in England. Of course, it's only 4% in the United States percent. Plus we get the Foster's Premium Bitters, the Foster's Premium Ale, as they call it now, at 5.5, which is unheard of in the United Kingdom or the Irish Republic, or apparently anywhere else in the world. I think they used to sell it in Australia, the premium bitters. I've seen old bottle photos, but I don't think you'd see it now. You barely find Foster's from what they tell me over there. Matthew Gronzik says, cheers. Love Foster's. Now, you're talking about the United States. Texas produced Foster's, right? The one produced in Texas. They used to make it in Canada, but when Miller got the contract to make it in Texas, Fort Worth, where it's been made there ever since. But 40 Creek, anyway, is very nice. I recommend it. It's got that stereotypical Canadian blended whiskey flavor. You know, the nut oil and that candy sugar sweetness. So 2 winners, and tomorrow morning I'm planning to do 40 Creek versus I believe it's going to be the Canadian Club 12-year age, which is like $30 bottle. No, I think $24. It's never going to beat that. But then again, no other Canadian whiskey I have has beaten it, except maybe one of them. I can't remember the one. But a Canadian Club 12-year is just indefatigable. You know what I mean? It's invincible so far. Then we're going to bring in the Sazerac crew with Royal Canadian and Canadian Hunter and all of those guys. So anyway, we've got all the makeup dates done now for February. We've got 2 dates to make up in, I think, April or May. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then on with the show. So no liquor for Lent. Couldn't decide what I was going to give up for Lent. But I said, giving up liquor would be a big sacrifice because I'm so much in a habit. You know, I'm in a habit of doing the taste challenges every opportunity, and I'll miss it. But well, too bad. I'll still do the Fandango Fridays with liqueurs. Liqueur is not the same thing as liquor. It's a different class of beverage. They're related, of course, but and that'll just be on those days. And so then once Easter gets here, Easter Sunday, the plan is we'll be back to liquor full force with Irish whiskey, single malt Scotch whiskey, blended Scotch whiskey, and then upwards and onwards with brandy, rum, tequila, mezcal, and all of those exciting products. Okay, now, so thank you for watching. And anybody want to see what I bought yesterday? I bought some pretty interesting things. I can only show you 2 of them because the other 2 I got rid of already. They were small and I drank them. They were excellent. Don't know if I'd want to pay $45 for a regular size bottle, but the deal I got was a really good deal, I thought, for giving me the chance to taste it, not have to wait forever until I get around to it. So I'll count down. If you want to see what I bought, the 2 I still have left, let me know. If not, we'll end this. So if you want to see what I bought going once. If you want to see what I bought going twice. Okay, let's see what you got, says E. Gordon. All right. Now look, sleepyhead. I know you're very comfortable laying here, but I have to get up now. This cat is just knocked out on my chest. So babyish. All right, Orangey, I got to get up. So you're supposed to be a feral cat. You're not even supposed to like people. You're supposed to be wanting to scratch me and bite. Okay, so you go ahead and get down. And yeah, you lay on your back right there. That's perfect. You want to go eat your food? You want some food? Why don't you go eat? Go eat your food. Go out and eat that food. She never finished the food from this morning. But the raccoons will come eat it. Let's see what you got. Yes. Okay. Now, so I'll put her out to go eat. Not pouring more food if she don't eat what she got. This is something I didn't think I would see. It's called Dewar's Blended Scotch Whiskey, aged 15 years. Now, they're small glass bottles, of course. $2.49. Dewar's 15-year age. The regular Dewar's white label, it's so-so. It's kind of ordinary, which is why it's $18. John Dewar and Sons. If it's 18, what is it? Yeah, something like that. Okay. The Dewar's 12-year age. Oh, yeah, that's dynamite. You know, that really is that's a great winner. I love the Dewar's 12-year. That's quality stuff. And I got the bottle. I got a handle bottle, glass handle bottle for $14.99. And the regular price is $48.99. And or if it's more expensive, or is it more than that? But I got it for $14.99. Crazy price, right? Jay, for $2.49, it is a fantastic price, says Jason Cleveland. Now remember, it's only a 50 milliliter bottle, so it's giving me a one-time taste. But I tried the Johnny Walker Double Black yesterday, and earlier today, or very early, when it was still dark, Gold Reserve, Gold Label Reserve. The Gold Label Reserve, well, it was honey, like they say, honey tasting and mild. They wanted it to be very mild and honey tasting, and I thought it was. But I don't know if I want to pay whatever they charge is $50 for that, because I can buy $20 Scotch whiskeys that are similar to me. Now the Double Black was dynamite because it was dark, deep, rich, charred oak, very smoky, just intense. Now I saw that at a local store for like $48, but I got it for $2.99. So I got the Johnny Walker Gold Label Reserve for $2.99. The Double Black for $2.99, the sample bottles. I say, I gotta buy them. I just want to try it so bad, you know. So the 15-year age for $2.49, I'm happy with it. I mean, I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tasted it, so I'm happy that I have it and taste it soon. Now, the next one I paid. Walker is good, the black one. Oh, the Johnny Walker 12-year age black. I haven't had it yet. Now here's what I got for $2.99. 50 cents more. I know this camera is not high definition. I'm going to use it till it breaks, though. I'm telling you, 720 HD. Well, it used to be HD. They don't call it HD. 720 resolution. It's cheap. It's cheap, I know, but I'm not buying a new one. This is Dewar's 18-year age. 18-year age. I've never even seen this in any stores, but there it was at Mathern's, $2.99 for a sample. And the girl over there said, I hadn't seen these before. I said, I think they just put them up. So I got 4 bottles, 200. So I think that's a good deal. I got 200 milliliters of Johnny Walker Double Black, Johnny Walker Gold Label Reserve, Dewar's 15-year age, and Dewar's 18-year age. And the total price was $11.46 plus tax. $11.46. Those are very exciting. To me, you might say, oh, that ain't exciting. Sorry, I just got a notice saying my connection was unstable. Don't know what that's about. Cheers, Mrs. Scoggett. Okay. Boy, y'all come up with some stuff on the internet, huh? All right, cheers to everybody. Y'all take care now.